I'm Professor Moricone, clinical lecturer in the Division of Arts and Sciences in the Biology Department at Iona University. Today I'm with Dr. David Zuckerman, Associate Professor of Biology at Iona University. Dr. Zuckerman is not only a faculty member at Iona, but he's in the incoming chairperson for the summer of 2023 for the Biology Department. Dr. Zuckerman, thank you for coming in today and speaking with me. If you could tell us a little bit about your background, how long you've been at Iona, where you obtained your graduate and undergraduate degrees, and perhaps what your research, whether current or past research has been.
Sure. So starting from the beginning and I guess working backwards, I started at Iona back in 2016. So I've been here for 7 years now. And I actually grew up near the area. So I grew up in Rockland County, which a lot of folks don't know they know where that is. That's on the other side of the Tappan Zee Bridge.
The Governor Cuomo Bridge.
The Governor Cuomo Bridge. Well, in the old Tappan Zee Bridge.
The old Tappan Zee Bridge.
Right? Yeah, and so from there I went to college in Cleveland at Case Western Reserve University. I studied chemistry there, and after graduating I worked for 2 years as a lab technician in a lab in molecular biology. From there I moved to Hamburg, Germany for 2 years, where I worked as a technician in a lab studying the hepatitis B virus and trying to generate animal models for liver regeneration and liver transplantation so that we could have small animal models for the hepatitis B and C viruses. Okay. That's where I kind of caught the biology bug, not the hepatitis bug, but the biology bug as it were. So 4 years out of college, I went back to graduate school. And so in 2002, I moved to Baltimore. I went into a PhD program at Johns Hopkins University at the School of Medicine, and I got my PhD in cell biology. So there I was studying basic features of cell biology, which is how cells are kind of self-organized. We recognize in living systems that what distinguishes something living from non-living is that we are really highly organized. We are really non-random, right? We are not chemical reactions happening in a beaker or in a test tube. We are very specific. And there are no top-down instructions to explain how we should become so well organized. So there are some really big developmental and cell biology questions that are basically addressed from the perspective of self-organization. So I was looking at the activity of the Golgi body, the Golgi apparatus. I don't want to put you on the spot, but most people, if they remember anything about the Golgi, it's the stack of pancakes, right? Correct, so yeah. I spent 6.5 years studying the activity of one protein at that stack of pancakes and basically what it does. And from there, I was a postdoc also at Hopkins at the School of Public Health. And that's where I made the transition to microbiology and started working in a bacterial system. So I was there for about 6 or 7 years before coming to Iona, and I brought that research program on bacteria with me to Iona.
It really amazes me as I talk to our faculty here at Iona that you have such an extensive background in your field. So what could you tell us about the courses that you currently teach in the biology department? Yeah,
so the background is really good. So in a way, I've studied a lot of different things, but it's mostly still been focused on basically molecular cell biology, the cells and how well they're organized, and that sets me up really well for teaching a number of our courses. So I teach Bio 101, which is general biology. So a lot of first-year students just coming to Iona, first day of class, it's what they have to be confronted by. And I also teach microbiology. I'm currently teaching in both the nursing microbiology class, and I also run the microbiology class for our majors. In addition, I've taught Columba, and I've designed a virology class. So as a subset of microbiology with a focus on viruses.
So are these courses that you're teaching, do they run every semester? Do they alternate?
Yeah, so Bio 101 does run every fall, so that's a fall class. We are, always looking to see can we expand it to offer extra sections in the spring. Microbiology for biology majors runs every spring. And the nursing class is a spring class for now, although similarly we're looking at trying to offer that in both semesters. Virology as an elective generally runs about every other year. So students who want to take it, if they see that it's available, they should kind of jump on that.
They should
Yeah.
take it, absolutely. If a student's in biology, I know you have extensive background in research,
Yeah.
so if a student wanted to become a biology student, want to become involved in research, what avenue should they take?
Yeah, so the first thing I would say is I would really encourage it. So all of the faculty on campus, whatever the discipline, not just for biology, but in every discipline, we are all hired not just as teachers, but as, you know, people who are contributing scholarship to our fields. And part of our job is to also include students in that process. And it's a really great opportunity. So we have some students, like if they're with the honors program, or if they're receiving certain fellowships where research is a requirement of the program or of the fellowship. But anybody can be involved either through a just an extracurricular activity or through some paid opportunities as well as research associates. And the best thing to do is really to talk to us. I'm going to look in the, is just to talk to us, right? Come and talk to folks. Because I've talked to a lot of students who really have the idea of, this is something I would be interested in, but I'm nervous to approach faculty because they're busy. We are busy, but it is our job to work with students in these ways.
Exactly.
And that's what brought us here, right? I wouldn't have gone to a place with a strong undergraduate teaching component if I didn't enjoy that aspect of it. And a number of students also think our fields and our research are so complex that they're not qualified to take part. To which I just say, trust our judgment on that. We really do design our research in a way that undergraduates can get involved. And so I've had a number of students say, I wouldn't know where to start. And I say, don't worry, I'm not just going to drop you into lab. We're going to pick a project together. We're going to talk about techniques, and either I'll show you how or another senior student will show you how. So there really are opportunities to get involved. And once involved, there are opportunities to showcase your research. So I'm bringing a number of students up to Connecticut in April of 2023 for a regional conference where a lot of undergraduate researchers from the Northeast are all presenting, and they have an opportunity to hear the science from other students and meet other students with similar career goals. There are national conferences. There's the Iona Scholars Day where they can present to their peers and their faculty and other departments here on campus. So there are a lot of opportunities not just to perform the research, but to communicate it as well. And honestly, for most science careers, that's what you need, is you need a deep understanding of science and the scientific process and an ability to communicate that understanding.
And all of these activities that they're participating with sort of sharpen their skills as well. You mentioned about the research part. So some of your research students can get paid. Now, does that have to do with that NSF grant that you get?
Yeah,
Very important.
So that it is, it is, and I'm fortunate to have that for this period of time. So there are a number of funding mechanisms available, some open to the campus community, some just involved with my research. So the research that I'm doing at Iona involves a species of bacteria called Myxococcus xanthus. Won't be on the test. It is not pathogenic, does not cause disease. I actually walk around campus with it sometimes. I brought some for you today.
Thank you.
You see it's nice, it's yellow. It's actually xanthus is Greek, I'm told, for blonde or yellow. So nice bright color. Yeah, not dangerous.
Not dangerous.
But what I'm looking at with this is, again, like I was looking at in graduate school, how does a cell organize itself? And specifically, how do proteins that make up what we call the cytoskeleton, so the same way that we have skeletons that determine the shape of our body, our cells have proteinaceous skeletons called cytoskeletons that help control their growth and direct their shape as well. And so some of my research is involved looking at the contributions of one of these cytoskeleton proteins to maintaining the proper shape of the bacterium. As part of that research, I applied for and received a grant from the National Sciences Foundation, and that gives me the ability to offer students stipends for summer fellowships, paid research, and the ability to go to conferences. So I have a student who'll be attending the national conference for the American Society of Microbiology in Texas, and I'm fortunate to be able to cover that. In fact, that particular student engineered this mutant of bacteria, this makes a mutant version of the cytoskeleton protein so we could look at how it may contribute to the cell.
Excellent. Interesting stuff, right? A
Yeah.
lot of opportunities with you too for students in the sciences.